Hey guys, don't pay attention in anything. In this fucking YouTuber. I just fight real fighters.
Time to expose them. So we had a signed contract to fight. Here you can see Canelo's signature and my signature to the right, claiming he's not fighting YouTubers. Bullshit.
There is good advice. I have good advice for them. Let them bring Mr. Peace. And we can sanction it with Disney for the build of the YouTube.
Wait a second. Y'all know what it is. Baby, you should let me, yeah. You deserve better. Okay. Before we talk about the aftermath, again, we're giving away this autographed Muhammad Ali boxing glove. Okay, autographed by Muhammad Ali, the greatest. And we're giving this away on the night of the greatest fight card of all time, February 22nd, Better Beer versus Bivol 2.
We in this home war, home.
Put the fight on.
Now, this glove is sponsored by MyBookie. My bookie that I wanna try. You know, this glove is like you guys said in my live stream, it's a relic. If you look at this glove, it's special because this is when they didn't detach the thumb from the glove. I didn't even know that until I got it. I'm like, oh shit, this is actually an old glove where the thumb was attached. Remember those gloves? I remember, like I said, Iron Mike Tyson fighting in it, and I thought it was like maybe an Iron Mike Tyson thing. I'm like, that's strange.
Always in position to punch.
But I do remember this glove in the 80s. So yeah, it was just attached to the rest of the glove. It's great, and it's signed by the greatest, Muhammad Ali. Just make sure you guys follow MyBookie on their Instagram. That's real MyBookie. Also, don't forget, at 350,000 subscribers, I'm giving away $20,000 to a lucky subscriber. So you guys let me know in the comments. It's time. You got to start saying me in the comments below so I can just know who wants to be a part of the giveaways. Once we get to 350,000 subscribers, I will be giving away $20,000, and I will be announcing the winner of the Muhammad Ali boxing glove on February 22nd. Now it's time to follow MyBookie and jump in the comments and say me if you want to be included. Now, the aftermath. What really happened? And I told you guys yesterday what I think happened. And I told you guys when I said blame Jake Paul what I think happened. And I think we got it right, War Room. We pretty much got it right. His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh met up with Mike Coppinger. And in that conversation, in that interview, His Excellency just broke it all the way down. And Turki said that he was negotiating with Canelo Alvarez for a 3-fight deal, not including his May date, but for 3 fights after that, September, and 2 fights in 2026. So Canelo Alvarez was looking for an op for his May date, and he started negotiating strongly with Jake Paul.
Please, brother, choose great fight because we are building for the big fight. This is the only condition. Then, in the last 2 weeks, we start to hear the rumors about this fight.
Now, Turki Al-Sheikh, he didn't like that so much. He thought it was a negative thing. It would be a negative impact to the lead up for his fight with Crawford in September. So he was against it.
I think you are, as a Canelo, too young to take this fight. You can have it after 30 years.
Right.
When he is 60.
But Canelo Alvarez had no other op that would pay as much and stuff like that. But because Canelo was starting making posters and all that shit, Turki Al-Sheikh, he said the fight's off with him and Crawford because he thinks it would negatively impact the fight.
And in the last 48 hours, we heard it is close. Then it is not for our benefit because we are building the big fight against Crawford.
So he told Ring Magazine, the fight is off. And what did I tell you guys? I felt like it was an emotional response. Like, forget about it, because we all know His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh, he doesn't like those type of fights. I told you guys in that video saying blame Jake Paul. Blame Jake Paul.
Blame Jake Paul.
Canelo Alvarez versus Jake Paul may have derailed the fight with him versus Crawford. And why would that happen all of a sudden? Well, I know this for His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh. He doesn't see fights like that as boxing matches. He sees them as events. He said it himself, and Ring Magazine put an X-post out on it where His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh pretty much said that the Mike Tyson fight versus Jake Paul, he doesn't see that fights like that as boxing matches, but just see them as like events, right? Just like special events. It seems like he has a more negative view on that, and he just doesn't call it boxing. But what did Canelo do? He said, fine, right? He's not about getting pushed around or anything like that. Canelo Alvarez, he started to aggressively complete the deal, and it seemed like it was a pretty much done deal with Jake Paul. But then Turki Al-Sheikh, he called him and said, let's revisit that. And they made the deal in 5 minutes.
But I said to you, take the May fight. I don't have something in the table, and I must fight before Crawford. And we discuss, and in 5 minutes, we closing the deal.
And it all came out and was revealed that Canelo Alvarez, ultimately, he didn't want to fight Jake Paul.
But he know inside him, this match is not the right of his legacy.
He didn't want to fight a YouTuber. I mean, he want to fight real fighters, and that shows Canelo Alvarez's integrity. He's about his legacy. And that's just great to know about Canelo Alvarez, though I think his legacy will have a great positive impact if he fights the Mexican monster, David Benavidez, and ducking him is bad for his legacy. If he's about legacy, still, it's good to know that he ain't that far gone.
Put the fight on.
And we said in the war room in our live stream yesterday, that's kind of what happened, but we kind of saw Canelo Alvarez as using Jake Paul as leverage so he can get the fights that he prefer that isn't Jake Paul. I think they actually reported when that's why I said it seemed emotional. It seemed like it was like, well, forget it then. You're going to fight him, forget. That's what I think happened. I think Turki Al-Sheikh was like, forget it then. And then trying to bait Canelo, like, forget it, then no fight. September date, nothing. And I think Canelo was like, okay. Hey, Jake Paul, when we going to fight? And I think Turki was like, all right, never mind. But here's the kicker. He didn't use Jake Paul as leverage so His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh can match the deal. Turki Al-Sheikh said he didn't even match the deal financially.
Don't match this offer, to be honestly. But he know inside him, this match is not the right of his legacy.
Canelo Alvarez, bottom line, he just wanted an op for May. So Turki Al-Sheikh offered him a 4-fight deal, including May. So once again, it wasn't about the money, it was about his legacy. Now, Canelo Alvarez, after getting a 4-fight deal, he just jumps on social media and he takes a huge steamy dump on Jake Paul.
Hey guys, don't pay attention in anything. In this fucking YouTuber. I just fight real fighters. Don't fucking around with Canelo. Come on, let's go.
And Jake Paul, he just crashed out. He goes and exposes Canelo Alvarez saying, listen, man, you signed the deal. Here's the proof. And here's why you backed out.
Oh, Canelo, you puta.
In this fucking YouTuber. I just fight real fighters.
Time to expose them. So we had a signed contract to fight. Here you can see Canelo's signature and my signature to the right. Claiming he's not fighting YouTubers. Bullshit. Look at the poster. We were announcing Tuesday, February 11th. Claiming he fights real fighters, but he's fighting Crawford, a 135-pound fighter, and running from a real fighter like David Benavidez, you bitch. The truth is you can be bought. You're a money-hungry squirrel chasing your next nut. The truth is these sports-washing shady characters are paying you hundreds of millions of dollars to to stop our fight from happening because they couldn't fathom the fact that they can't create a bigger fight than me and you. Al Heyman has made you hundreds of millions of dollars, and you turned your back on him for this check. Disloyal. And you were begging to do this fight on pay-per-view. But I have loyalty. Loyalty to Netflix, doing the biggest numbers. And you call me a YouTuber, but you've never had a boxing match as big as mine. Remember, you told my team that your daughter came home and asked if you were fighting Jake Paul? She was all excited. You said that was the first time your daughter's ever asked you about a fight. And you're screwing over all your Mexican fans by doing your fights in Saudi. It just shows what type of person you are. And I promise you one thing, Canelo. Any fight that you do this year, mine will be bigger. So go fuck off to your boss, you Ring Magazine employee, you pink and orange bitch. And oh, fix that herpes on your lip, you dirty puta.
Cap! Cap, 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 cap. You can't get rid of a herpes, bro. That shit's here to stay.
And oh, fix that herpes on your lip, you dirty puta.
And that's the black two sugars, dog. But look, man, I think Jake Paul has to understand that in boxing alumni, he's not considered a fighter, okay? And good on Turki Al-Sheikh. Turki Al-Sheikh, he is where he wants to take boxing. He's very serious about it, okay? He wants to rebrand boxing, or at least stop the new branding of boxing. He wants to separate the sport from the quote-unquote WWE thing, from the quote-unquote, you know, the YouTubers and the events and all those things. He thinks boxing should be taken seriously as it used to be. And yeah, I think it's going to take a lot of work, a lot of heavy lifting, and I'm in for it, right? Because what you want to do is get the customer accustomed to liking boxing and not liking spectacle. You just got to get them used to it. You got to get them liking the Sugar Ray Leonard versus Durant type of fights. You got to get them liking the Muhammad Ali versus Frazier type fights again. The grit, the warrior shit, right? You got to get them liking the Sugar Ray Robinson versus Jake LaMotta fights again, and those are bigger than the spectacle. Now, we had spectacles before. Muhammad Ali fighting a wrestler. Jack Dempsey, I think he kicked it off. He was fighting a wrestler, but they were not bigger than the actual fight. So it's going to take some heavy lifting. It's going to take some rebranding to get the consumer more into real fights being the big fight. Because like I said, I think it's disgusting that it's not that Jake Paul versus Canelo wouldn't be big money. It's huge money, but it's disgusting. It's disgusting that it would be a bigger fight than Canelo versus Crawford. That is disgusting, all right? But it's true. So it's not Canelo fault. It's not Jake Paul fault. It's not Crawford fault. What it is the business fault. We have to make sure that we're branding the sport in a way where the customer knows the difference and they start to value and actually demand and want, for example, the Canelo versus Crawford fight more than Canelo versus Jake Paul fight, and make that the money fight. And this one, not so much. Let me know how you feel in the comments below. ShowBizz for dope. I'm out.